Trevs Show. I'm Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, continuing with the coaching carousel. Oh, content overload tonight. 7 of them. Let's start. Continuing with the coaching carousel. And, well, this one's been probably the worst kept secret for a couple of weeks anyway. But we're going to stop in Dallas. It's officially announced today. Peter DeBoer, who for this channel has been probably the most covered coach in this channel's existence, is the new head coach in Dallas. Let's discuss. Now, before I get started, I'll explain what I meant when I said he's the most covered coach on this channel, meaning this is my third video on him in the last 3 years. If you remember, or if you've been following long enough, we did this one in May. You can follow the link. And we also did this one back in 2019. Here's a fact. This video was made the day my youngest was born. Same 1,015 games coached. Peter DeBoer brings a 513 win, 379 loss, and 123 extra time loss record. And this is his 5th team, being he's coached Florida, New Jersey, San Jose, and most recently Vegas. In 103 playoff games, he has a 56-47 record with 2 trips to the Stanley Cup final, that in 2012 with New Jersey and 2016 in San Jose. For a weird bit of irony, I'll just throw this in. In his first season in Vegas, the Stars beat them in the conference finals to advance to the Stanley Cup. So, I guess, if you can't beat them. In his 14 seasons as coach, his team has missed the playoffs 6 times. So he knows how to coach a team to the playoffs and knows how to coach a playoff team. Now, his hiring comes in response to Rick Bowness stepping down as coach after the end of the last season, which we did a video on, which you can follow the link to. Now, as for the team DeBoer inherits, the Stars, on paper, and I know I say that a lot, but on paper is always the best way to go. They look like a solid team with a great upside. I mean, aside from Sagan and Ben Pavelski, the combination of Heinz and Gurianov, Robertson up front, with a solid goalie in Jake Ottinger really just starting to finally come into his own. I feel like, to me anyway, they feel like a team ready to burst at the seams. All they really need is just a good solid piece or two. And they always seem motivated to win until they lose that motivation. Now, thankfully, DeBoer is one of those guys who can keep them motivated, which is never a bad thing. But with all that said, some of the names I've mentioned are being on expiring deals or pending free agents. What kind of team will he actually have? I mean, which pieces are being moved out and which pieces are coming in? That has to make a bit of difference. But right off the cuff, I don't feel like this is a bad move for the Stars. I think this is a great move. It's just how they respond, and that's usually how everything goes. And I mean, I'm sure with the list of free agents they have, and with the list of free agents there will be, there won't be any trouble as far as what names are there. But I just wonder if it'll be a typical DeBoer run. One really good season, followed by a couple of playoff seasons, and then maybe make the playoffs if we're lucky. Do you always want to be known as the finalist? I mean, the fact that the Stars are 2 years removed from being Stanley Cup finalists, they probably want to win the thing for a change instead of just being another finalist. So hopefully, the right kind of motivation is there between DeBoer, the veterans, and the younger kids, and they can make a really good push. Because if there's ever a team in need of a good cup run, it has to be the Stars. So another one of Trevs hockey shows. Thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. And if you have, I think it's fair we have a nice little trade-off. I mean, like, I've earned it. If you want, that little button there, It's on the side. It says subscribe all over it. You know what to do. You know what it does. You know what we're going for. I don't have to keep telling you. Socials, in the description down below. Let's move forward. 6 more to go. But either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Later.